Hey, what's up guys? I'm doing my green white horse deck. So I finally have it done, and so I'm really quite excited to show you guys this. So yeah, so 3 somewhere. It's really good for the horse deck. So basically, other horses you control have indestructible, which is quite amazing. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, create a 5/5 white horse creature token. So use my whole basis of the deck is to gain a crap ton of life and then keep making 5/5 horse tokens and then just overwhelming my opponent with a big ol' 5/5 horse token board. So yeah. And then Shield Mirror. This card's actually really good. It has can't be blocked by red creatures, and then when this card enters the battlefield or becomes a target of a spell or ability and controls, you gain 3 life. So again, you're gaining more life gain, and that's the whole basis of the deck. And then 3 Authority of the Consoles. It took me a while to get these, but I finally have them, and they're actually really good. So creatures your opponent controls come enter battlefield tapped, and then whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So if they're smart enough, they won't do anything. They don't want you to gain life plus a free token. So yeah. And for anybody that's wondering, this is a vertical. This is the proper way that a creature should be for the combat phase, but tapped is this way. So just for anybody that's wondering what way that is. So, but that's basically it for the white mana. Now for the green mana stuff. So Vimare, this card's actually really good. So it has hexproof, which means that this creature cannot be the target of spells and abilities your opponent controls, which is really quite good. Vimare can't be blocked by black creatures. So you may need to use it for the hexproof because a lot of stuff with magic targets, and so this is really quite good against that. So yeah. And then Urban Utopia. So enchant land, when Urban Utopia enters battlefield, draw a card. And then enchant land has tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So you can tap the land and make a white. If you have 2 green, then so you can cast your other creatures. So yeah. And then Wilderness Reclamation. Can't pronounce that further for a minute. So at the beginning of your upkeep, or at the beginning of your end step, my bad, untap all lands you control. So you have instances or sorceries or anything to which I do a little bit. I have a couple things I can cast during my opponent's turn. That is disruption, so it's really quite good for that. And then 1 Incubation Druid. I probably need 1 or 2 more of these because it is a 2 cost. But so you tap it, add 1 mana of any color or of any type of land you control that could produce. So it's really good using tap it for white, tap it for green. So really quite good for that. And then it gets a +1/+1 counter on it, and then, or if it has a +1/+1 counter, then it produces 3 types of mana. So, which the mana cost down there gives you +1/+1 counter on him. So that solves that. So, and that's pretty much it for the green mana. Now for the artifacts. So this is where more life gain comes in. So 3 Diamond Mare. This card art is really quite beautiful. I really do like it. It's just amazing. But as Diamond Mare enters the battlefield, choose a color. When you cast a spell of that color, you gain 1 life. So let's say you call white and you play a white spell, then you gain life. Or let's say you cast a green spell, then you gain 1 life for the green spell. So it's really quite good both ways. Now this is one card that has been helping me win a bunch of games. Is Fountain of Renewal. Now at the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life. And now we have multiples of these on the field, then you gain 2 or 3 or 4 life. And so it just really makes it hard for your opponent to keep up with you with trying to kill you. And so unless they have any rule for artifacts, which does hurt, but if they can't keep up with you with trying to kill you, then they might as well scoop and go to game 2. So, and then Lightning Greaves. This is one of the cards that I really like in this deck, and I personally added myself. I did not watch any videos over it, but what you're supposed to do with this card is that you cast it. Let me move these out of the way, and then you're supposed to have 2 Crested Sunmares, and then you equip both so that way they cannot be targeted with spells. They can target the artifact, but they just can't target the Crested Sunmare. So it helps protect him from being, removed from the game or destroyed. So yeah, that's your main plan with those. Most of the time it goes off, most of the time it doesn't. So that's just kind of part of the game. So, but yeah, so 2 of those, and then 2 Selesnya Signet. Helps you make green and white mana. So yeah, as the color, and then Elixir of Immortality. So this card's actually really good. Let's say your Crested Sunmares are destroyed, and you don't have any way of getting them back. This card actually helps me a lot with that. You tap 2 mana, tap itself, and then you gain 5 life, and then shuffle this card, and then you're going back into your library. So it's really quite good for helping with recycle. So yeah. Now if they destroy it, then it is what it is, but it's just really good for that. So now for the hybrid mana cards, which also really help this deck out a lot. So 2 privilege position. Other permanents you control have hexproof. So if you have 2 of these on the field, then they both have hexproof along with everything else. So that's another way this deck is really quite good. And the reason why I wanted to pick these up for this deck. So, because it's really important that you have a Crested Sunmare on the field. And then Growing Ranks. Now this card is absolutely stupid in this deck. I haven't played this deck very much with the new cards in it, but it's really quite stupid just from this alone. So at the beginning of your upkeep, populate. Now what populate does is that you create a token that's a copy of a creature token you control. So let's say, or since you're making horse tokens, then you just make another horse token for essentially free during your upkeep. And so if you have 2 of these, then they both trigger and you get 2 free horse tokens. So yeah, it's really quite stupid. And then Sundering Growth. So destroy target artifact or enchantment, and then populate, which is the same thing where you make a token and copy of another token. So yeah. So that's the hybrid cards. Now for the multicolor, which there's just three multicolor cards. So 2x2 Guild Mage. Now this is in no other horse decks that I've seen. This is my own personal tech, which I think is really cool. So 4 colors mana, which is generic mana, and green white. Put a 3/3 centaur creature token onto a battlefield. Which, you know, you could do that if you wanted to, but you're mainly gonna do it for the populate, which is 2 generic mana, green white, populate. Put a creature token as a copy of itself on the battlefield. So basically what you're trying to do is just create a crap ton of tokens, and then, like I said, just killing your opponent with tokens. So yeah. Now there's a bunch of stuff that can stop me from doing that, which, you know, is the challenge of trying to get all of that on the field. But, you know, that's why I like the game, is, you know, it's a challenge, and it's not like anything else I've ever played, so it's really, really quite fun. And then this is the final creature, or final card besides the mana, for this deck. So when another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness, which is, for anybody that doesn't know, the second 2 is the toughness. First one is power, so yeah. So you're basically gaining life off that as well, if you get on the field. And then for 1 generic mana, green white, tap itself, and then populate. So, which is also very, very quite helpful depending on the situation. So yeah. But you mean, well, even the life gain is really useful too. So, and then that's basically it for the creature base and artifacts and all of that. Now for the lands. So there's 9 there. So 9 plains. And then 7 forests. So there's 16 basic lands in this deck. Which some of you guys are probably looking at me like, isn't that a low number? For me, I've actually been able to figure out how to work this deck without having a high mana count. So, as crazy as it sounds, but I've been able to work with that. So, 2 long wilds, which is our reason why I'm able to work with the low mana count. And then Groove of the Guardian. So you tap to add colors mana to your mana pool, which is just generic mana. Or you can use it for the 5 cost, and then tap it to create 8/8 green and white elemental creature token with vigilance, which that's mainly what you're going to use it for. So, which does come in handy quite a bit. And then Temple Garden, which, speaking of Temple Garden, I might actually cut this for Temple Garden, because Temple Garden's a lot more better. So, which is a shock land for anybody that doesn't know. So you pay 2 life, and then it just enters battlefield like this. But with all the life gain that I'm getting, paying 2 life is not that big of a issue. So, yeah. So that's basically it for the horse deck, the green-white modern horse deck. Now I'm sure you guys are probably thinking, like, how do you defeat this deck? Well, anything that exiles or disrupts my plays before I can get them to go off really hurts. Now, the amount of life gain I'm getting, if you stop that, then that basically hurts the whole deck. So, basically, artifact destruction enchantment destruction, all of that really hurts. So, but yeah, so that's basically it for the modern Magic the Gathering green and white horse deck profile. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the Yu-Gi-Oh deck or the Yu-Gi-Oh match that I have for you guys tomorrow. And yeah, I will thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in tomorrow's video. Alright, there you go.